Hi and welcome back to Larand Gaming, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. I am Larand, and yes, it's Merchant Day again, and this time it's week 81. And as always, everyone here is waiting, and while we are waiting, let's go and take a closer look at the community. Yes, and here we have it. The Wandering Merchant has arrived in Port Jackson, week 81. Let's see any reactions. Yes, they are back again. Okay, what does it mean? Narwhal again. Is it the same items like last week? I'm not sure. We must go check it out. Yes, I think it is exactly the same items since last week. So we have the Sunburst. The power of the sun in my hands does 500 AoE damage. Damage 1500, specialty 1, double loot and double experience. Specialty 2, splash damage on nearby creatures. The Sealo rod with me does boost of 0.001%. Baby and huge chance 50%. Red chance 38%. Reeling speed 17%. Penguin boat with a maximum health of 1100, speed 250. Specialty reeling speed up to plus 50. Narwhal with a maximum health of 1000 and a top speed of 225. We have the Cybernetics glider with a backpack space of 1000 and a specialty that you can glide if you double tap the space. And the baits are Genie Bottle Bait, guaranteed to catch a fish variant that you have not already caught. Very small chance to catch a Midas Mutation fish, price 300 charge. We have the Rare Candy, which gives a chance to catch a unique pool of fish, only works in Monster's Burrow, 25 charge. We have the Cowboy Hat, which gives a chance to catch an exotic fish chief and also additional plus 3% reeling speed, price 50 charge. And then we have $10,000 bills, which has a chance to catch an exotic spy fish, plus 3% rod strength, price 50 charge. The Millions Dollar, which gives a chance to catch the exotic old blue lip and also has this double sell price. Wait, a chance I should say. Chance of a double sell price on any fish that you catch. 75 charge, alright. So, since this week was identical with the week 80, I'm not gonna do a new recording of all the same items again. So what you're gonna see next is basically the same recording that I did last week, and if you have already seen it, of course, I can understand why you decide to stop watching. But if you are interested and just want to support the channel, please go ahead and watch it, of course. But still, the end of the video is unique for this week, of course, because we had the community members that was participating. So they are, of course, in the end of the video, as always. Something else I want to just mention before we go into the item showcase is this shirt. I have two versions of this shirt. There's a normal version and there is this limited signed version, as you can see here. This signature was done by myself, of course, with a digital art pad, as you can see on this picture. But it's gonna be off sale basically by the end of this year. So if you are interested in buying this one, then you only have a few days left to do so. Yes, I think we're just gonna go over to the showcase now. So I will put a little text up in the corner saying that it's a pre-recording, just so you know which part is pre-recorded from the previous week and which part isn't. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so let's start. That was actually a lot of items. So I think we're gonna start off with, actually I'm wearing the most items already because all these items are very, very good. But we're gonna start with the Sunburst because it's nighttime and I wanna check for trails and things like that. So yes, here is the Sunburst. I'm gonna go into the free camera. So it looks like this. This is just one of my favorite spears of all time, basically. It's a fantastic model, beautiful, and it's also very powerful. With a price of 500 charge, it's of course very expensive, but it has a damage of 1500 with two specialties. One of them is double loot and double experience, and the second specialty is 500 damage on nearby sea creatures. So that's like a splash damage. And also worth to know, it's up to 500 splash damage, so it doesn't mean that it always do 500 damage. And that damage is also divided among all the targets that is affected by this splash damage. But we're gonna throw the spear into the air just to check for the trail. And as you can see, very easy to spot and track this spear, which is just fantastic. It's a great feature, easy to see and compensate when you throw on great distances to see where you actually land the spear. This is great. And you can also already see here in the dark that it does emit light, but we're gonna run over here where it is really dark. And as you can see, this spear, comparing it, if I unequip it, yeah, no doubt this one is it's really cool, it's really good, it's definitely my favorite spear, as I said. I can also actually add one more thing before we go on to the next item, is that the only downside with spears is that you cannot hurt the armored sharks over in Timeless Tides. So this spear is extremely good in this first ocean, but over at Timeless Tides this spear has a little bit of problems when it comes to these armored sharks, and that's I would say the only downside with it. And as for double loot, this is also a great thing to have because it does really help, especially when you try to get a Moby Wood key or something like that. And as for value of items when you need to sell after you do hunting, getting double loot is just crazy good because you will never have a problem with money again if you have double loot. And as for double experience, you will not get double experience from any AoE damage that you do. You only get the double experience from the actual target that you hit with the spear. That's also good to know. And also the same thing is regarding the double loot. So if you happen to kill something with that AoE damage, you will not get twice the loot from that target that was killed by that AoE damage. So it only works basically on the target that you try to kill. And moving on to the next item, we're gonna go with the backpack because I already have it on my back. So this is the Cybernetics glider. We're gonna go into the free camera. This is a very, very useful item, I must say. And one of few backpacks that actually has a separate purpose, since you can use it to glide with it. As you saw earlier when I went into this dark area, it doesn't have any neon textures and it doesn't glow, but it doesn't really matter because this backpack is still awesome. It has also a pretty hefty price of 475 charge, but with a capacity of 1000, it's still the best backpack that you can get in the game. And as for gliding, this is just a fantastic and useful feature. It also makes you move faster around on the different islands because it's faster to glide than run. But as for gliding, if you double tap the jump, you extend the wings basically. And from here you will always descend, you cannot fly upwards. The only thing that you can do in this position, you either just jump and then you will fall down, or you keep gliding until you hit the ground. But you can also descend faster. You have a button down in the corner, Q button on PC, that makes you dive basically. So it's easy to basically land on specific locations, such as treasure chest locations when they spawn. So this one is very, very useful to run and rush for chests. But yes, that's the Cybernetics glider. Alright. And then it's time for the rod, the Sealo rod. This one, we're gonna go into the free camera. And this is a crazy rod. It's basically the best rod in the game, and you can actually buy it, which is pretty amazing actually. It does have, however, the most expensive price in the game of 850 charge, so really expensive, but at the same time it's the best rod, and it will definitely help you in terms of fishing and getting fishes for your index rewards for each zone. So it has a 0.001% chance of catching a Midas mutation, and this is, well, it's the only way, except for using the transmutation token as a bait, to be able to catch actually such mutations. So a really unique feature with this rod, definitely. It also have 50% baby and huge chance, which is also a great feature. It's basically the same as the key to the city, which is an index reward here from Port Jackson, but it's built into this rod as well, which is just awesome, very useful, because when you fish for index fishes to get index items, usually, I would say majority of the time, the last fishes and the hardest ones that is to get is the one with the highest rarity, and also it's gonna be probably a baby or a huge fish. So this helps a lot when it comes to that. And speaking of that rarity also, it does have plus 38% rarity chance, so that's the highest rarity on a rod that you can get, together with all the other stats, which is just crazy good. And then it also has, it doesn't end, it has 17% also in reeling speed, so it's pretty fast also when you try to fish with it. So really good rod. It's not game breaking, not at all, but it does really help you. I've used it and I can really say that it's a good rod. Alright, so that was the Sealo rod. Okay, so we're gonna continue with the two boats. We're gonna start with the Narwhal, and here it is. It has a price of 425 charge, it has this maximum health of 1000 and a top speed of 225, so this is a really fast boat. We're gonna go into the customization so you can see what you can customize. So you have the eyes. I'm not gonna change the colors because it's pretty obvious which part it actually belongs to. You have the blush, which you can see right here. And the primary color, it's pretty obvious what that is. The tusk is up in the front, of course, and the secondary is down on the belly. And then you can of course customize the horn. But we're gonna try it out, so we're gonna equip it. Looks like this when you spawn it. It has no passenger seats, so it's a one-seater basically. So you're all on your own when you're on this one. But it has a fantastic speed and also a great turning radius. It's very narrow, and it's very quick to just make this 360 turn, which I usually like to talk about. It doesn't have any colored lights or anything like that, so it just toggles on and off. This boat has also been very useful when I fight Kraken, because I will not get attacked by sea creatures. So basically when I fight Kraken, I don't have to worry about any other fishes that might attack me while I do the Kraken boss, so that's very useful. Same goes for Moby Wood, so it's a great feature. However, this boat is not good at all when it comes to hunting, because nothing will attack you unless you provoke it, so keep that in mind. We're gonna we're gonna test to make this 360 turn, so I'm gonna go up here and make that turn and see how fast or slow it goes. Well, I can say already it's gonna go pretty fast. So once this arrow points up directly to the north, I'm gonna start the timer, and we're gonna see how long it takes for us to make this 360 turn. It goes pretty fast. There we go. Alright, so yes, there you have it. That's the Narwhal. And then we have the last item for today. It's gonna be the penguin boat. This one. So it has a price of 465 charge, it has a maximum health of 1100 and a top speed of 250. On top of that, it has a specialty with a reeling speed that is up to 50, which is awesome. We're gonna go into the customization. So you have the blush here on the side. The beak, you can easily see where that is. You can see the feet. And also, of course, the beak. Rate. I'm gonna reset it. Looks better like that. Primary color. Really no big surprise, but we're gonna put a different color to it actually, so we can easily see the differences. Monocle string. pretty cool that you can actually customize that individually. You have the eyes, pretty obvious what that is. We can put red eyes. Is that really something I want to have? Well, for this video, yes. So, gonna go with red eyes. Top hat band, pretty obvious what that is. I'm gonna put it as green. Monocle frame, obvious what that is also. But we're gonna change the color. Gonna put an orange color to it. Top hat main. Yeah, that's basically the main part of the top hat. You have the light. This means probably that we will have colored lights when we use the boat. I'm gonna put a bright red to it. And the secondary color is, well, it's, I would say, main part of the face and the belly. But we're gonna change it to something else. That's that's a bad looking combo, but we're gonna go with that. So we're gonna apply this, and we're gonna go back, and we're gonna equip it and go for a test ride. So here it is, and same as the Narwhal, this one doesn't have any passenger seats, so it's a one-seater, and this one is extremely fast when it comes to moving forward. So this is something that I would like to call a dragster. It's extremely fast in a straight line. The turning speed is the downside with this one. But I do think it has improved a little bit since last year. I noticed that a while ago when I was testing this one out. It was really bad in the beginning, and I do think it's slightly better now. But it of course would require me to watch my old videos, and no, I'm not gonna do that. This is what it looks like today, and that's what it really is what matters to me. As for the specialty with the reeling speed, I'm not sure if you're gonna really notice any difference, but we can try it out. So we have a sunfish here, we can reel it, and yeah, together with the cephalo rod we can actually reel this fish very fast. So this is, well, it's an incredible combo. Basically, I can fish really fast actually with this combination, as you can see. Nothing more to say about that specialty. That really helps, of course, when you try to get as much fishes as possible, and also work with fish index. But we're also gonna test, of course, how long does it take to make this 360 turn. So I'm gonna go up here and do the same test as I did with the Narwhal. So it's gonna be up here. I'm gonna just check that I won't get attacked by any orcas. So it looks okay. I'm gonna do the same. Start the timer once the arrow is directly up north. And we're gonna go with a full 360 turn. So this one is definitely slower. Absolutely. And there you go. So, yes, that's the penguin boat. And as for the conclusions, well, what can I say? This week was pretty crazy. I would say it's, I think they put like all the most expensive items in one single run. That's crazy. So there is really no cheap options here. Everything will cost you a lot. But in return, you will also get something that could be really, really good and helpful in the game. So from a fishing perspective, and that is also what I'm gonna aim for when I make this conclusion, it's gonna be the rod, the cephalo rod. But there are so many other good things here. They are really helpful in specific situations. The Narwhal is especially useful when it comes to just the quick action, when it comes to moving wood. Very useful at Kraken boss, since you won't get attacked by other sea creatures. And that's just a very fun boat to drive in general. The penguin boat, which is basically the fastest boat in the game, but it is a dragster. It's not that entertaining to make sharp turns with, because you can't really do that, and that's the downside with it also. The backpack, the biggest backpack in the game, I mean, that is, well, what can I say? It's the biggest and best backpack in the game, and the extra ability to glide is extremely useful. But much of the things in the game is around the fish index and the fish index rewards, and the backpack won't help you in those situations. That is why I'm choosing this cephalo rod. It's expensive, absolutely. I fully understand it. Not everyone can afford it, of course. But for this week, it's gonna be this rod. Alright, so let's go back again. Well, in any case, that was all I had for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. Like this video. If you would like to see more content from Fishing Simulator, please subscribe and yes, have a nice day. Bye everyone.